the moralometer. We should have one, shouldn't we? A sort of a clock, and how moral are we today? Not very, but that's irrelevant. Lisa Globe, Campaign Life Coalition, joins us for Moral Maze, and Quebec could become the destination for euthanasia tourism. Where are we going on holiday this year, darling? Quebec, I'm going to kill you. Really?
I mean, and it's also ironic that this week is Quebec's Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. So they're trying to pass Bill 52 that would obviously decriminalize euthanasia. And they want to tell society to prevent euthanasia, but on the other hand, they also want to say, but if you want to commit suicide, we'll help you do it.
Well, I suppose in their defense, and it's hard to defend them, they're saying, don't take your life unless you really, really want to. But when you say tourist centre, there's a point to this, because Switzerland has become. People who say, I want to end my life legally will find a place where they can. And if Quebec does pass this, then what about federal law? Would it not apply in some way?
Probably, I'm sure. Like, even it's unfortunate that Canada has come to this, and so much so that even the youngest Canadians are speaking out against it. I mean, there was a viral video that went around today from this 4-year-old girl, Jessica Saba, who was pleading to the Belgium king not to pass a child euthanasia bill. And so many, many anti-euthanasia activist groups in Canada are saying that if euthanasia does pass in Quebec, then obviously the slippery slope argument could apply, and euthanasia for children could apply as well, since it will be defined as healthcare. We're
going to try and get the family on the show, actually. It's extraordinary that a country that had such a strong resistance to Nazi occupation is now embracing the same sort of eugenics, killing children. Anyway, I have to do this because it's timely. Super Bowl sex trafficking.
Yes.
Now, I'm a huge football fan. What is the Super Bowl exactly? No, I didn't watch last night, but many of my close friends did. Sex trafficking?
Yeah, I mean, I watched the Super Bowl last night, and that thought never crossed my mind, but I guess CBS and different other news programs were saying that during the Super Bowl is the highest time for human trafficking, and there was a previous survivor of human trafficking who was speaking out against this. Her name was Danielle Douglas, and she said that, Americans are going to this quintessential American event, yet Americans are trafficking
Is it
Americans.
true, though? Is it because there used to be this urban myth that a Super Bowl was when domestic violence was at its peak? That was revealed to be completely untrue. Is this reliable?
Well, I mean, it kind of makes logical sense, because you do have a lot of corporate parties, you have drinking, you have when population rises, then maybe demands for other services rises, including prostitution and other things like that. So, I mean, it could make sense. I don't know if
it wouldn't surprise me. A lot of guys who've left, they would never go and see a prostitute in their hometown. They go to another city, particularly if they go abroad. And I mean, they wouldn't. How many people? I mean, you're talking about 100,000 or so, and more. People who don't even go to see the game; they just to be in the city. Sex-Fluke considering running for Congress in 2014. This was the woman I think who Rush Limbaugh called a slut.
Yes, that's correct.
Subtle as ever.
He took it back. But yeah, she's considering running for the District of California.
She became well-known, famous, infamous when she said that she wanted the government to pay for her contraceptive. Was that it?
Yes, it's $3,000 a year for law school students to pay for contraception, so of course all of America should fund it. That was basically what she was saying. But I mean, if she is successful, which she, I think, was in brainwashing the American population to fund her sex life, then, maybe she could win on that national celebrity platform. But she is just a law student, so I don't personally think she has the qualifications to run for Congress.
But she's met the president, met 2 presidents, I think, and there's a very good chance she would win.
Perhaps.
Yeah, I think you're quite right, actually. A woman who will be earning probably $500,000 a year, saying to ordinary Americans, I want you to pay for the pill and condoms that I want to use. I mean, if you want to do that, love, do it, but don't make other people
pay. Anecdotal. Yeah, I want you to pay for mine. It's not just other people's. It's me, so.
But, hey, American politics, Canadian, the same, I suppose, at such a high level of integrity and class these days, isn't it really wonderful? Wish we had more time, but we don't. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Michael.